Papa, you can teach me how to step in in Chicago. And I have the pleasure of letting the cat out of the bag. So how many of you were kidnapped, hoodwinked, blindfolded? You have no idea what you're doing here or what you're looking at online. I see lots of hands in the audience. That means somebody did a good job. I want you to turn to the person who invited you and thank them for having you join us tonight. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we're up to. So RISE stands for Relentless, Intelligent, Successful Entrepreneurs. And what our goal is to change the world. You are joining us for a global movement. You're like, what is this girl talking about? How can you change the world? Well, first you got to start out by changing your world, and then you can change the greater world around you. And we are charged with exposing as many people as we can to the idea of economic freedom, fulfillment, and fun. In order to do those things, you have to have a vehicle, right? You can't just go out on the street corner and do it by yourself. You have to have an entire movement. You have to have lots of people behind you, and that's exactly what we have. We have this amazing multi-million-dollar company that is our vehicle. So the name of the company is actually World Ventures. And our tagline is making a living living. Now let's be real, most people are making a living struggling. Struggling to pay that mortgage, struggling to pay that gas bill, struggling to put gas in the car. So I definitely want to know what something different looks like. And because we have this amazing leadership team, we are on our way from here to the moon. And any way you can think to go, we can get you there, because Ernst & Young, they are the #2 auditing firm in the world. Has anybody ever heard of them? Yep. Okay, I didn't see many hands, but you have seen their work. Why? Because they do the NBA draft, the NFL draft. They crunch numbers for a living. So what they did was they actually moved into our headquarters and went through our books and said, wow, this company looks amazing. They gave us the nod as finalists for their Entrepreneur of the Year contest. So isn't that awesome? Yeah. So not only that, we are the 3rd fastest growing company in the world in our industry. How awesome is that? So those are definitely great accolades that we have already received, and we're not even yet 10 years old. So these are our partners, our travel partners. Anyone ever heard of Mickey Mouse? Well, yeah, he's doing business with us. And you know that's huge because he's over 100 years old. He does not have to put his name on anything. So the fact that he is doing business with us spoke volumes to me. All these places, the Marriott, the Riu, and Southwest, we love because black bags fly for free. We are in 50 states. We are in 29 different countries. We actually just brought Taiwan on about a month ago. All right. And we are the most amazing adventure experience travel company in the world. And your friend thought enough of you to say, come on and join me for this adventure. The way we work is the same as Sam's Club or Costco. Anybody in the room have a membership to one or both of these? Okay, so you know that in order to get in the door, you have to have a membership. You have to have a card, so there's a little bouncer at the door, usually about a 65-year-old lady with gray hair. She's going to stop you unless you have that card. So the reason you want to go shop there and pay for groceries and pay a membership fee in order to have access to those groceries is because you get bulk buying. Right? So instead of walking into Walgreens or the corner store and paying $2 for a bottle of water, you can get it for about 12 cents because now you bought a case of 48 for about $4. Bulk buying makes sense. It helps you keep more money in your pockets, and what? A penny saved is a penny earned, right? So we're going to 4- and 5-star vacation locations or better. How awesome is that? A few of us have even been to diamond resorts. I didn't even know those existed. But the company does all your planning for you, so you're not a travel agent. Your friend's not recruiting you to be a travel agent, and it includes your entire household, so your spouse, significant other, and all children in the household up to the age of 25. And if you're single like me, you can take a different +1 on every trip until you find it. Las Vegas, Nevada. Anybody in the room been to Vegas before? And you know what happens in Vegas? No, it is up on Facebook. And you get $200 at the Luxor. Now remember how expensive Vegas is. Even a bottle of water there will run you literally $4. I know because I was just there. So imagine if you could go enjoy a this show, enjoy dinner for two, and only pay $200 and stay at the amazing Luxor Hotel. It doesn't get any better than that, but maybe it does. Maybe you can fly on over to France. Bonjour, oui, oui. Stay there for $300. How awesome is that? This is the same hotel that Kanye raps about. Any Kanye fans in the house here in Chicago? And Michael Jackson actually dangled his little baby over the balcony at this same hotel. So a celebrity stay there, it's gotta be good enough for you and me, right? And what if we go on over to Jamaica Mine and we get to hang out at the Ritz-Carlton? Now I've looked it up. The Ritz-Carlton in any major city is gonna run you just shy of $400 a night. This trip isn't even $400 for 4 days, 3 nights, and this one is all inclusive. So you're getting picked up at the airport, drop back off, you're getting your liquor, your lodging, it's all top of the line at the Ritz-Carlton. In fact, if you try to book it on your own, remember, if you go to Expedia, you're paying out of pocket for every meal, because guess what? It's not all inclusive with them. Not only that, you're paying almost $1,000 more to hang out with them. You're hailing your own cab, and with us, you don't even pay $700. Remember, that's for 2 people. We've saved you over $1,000, nearly 60%. Not only that, we get you on safaris, golfing, fishing. Who likes the spa, ladies? Yeah, let's go get a massage. And not only that, we do sporting events. I have any basketball fans, football fans. So now we get you to these games that you've been dreaming about for years, that you've been sitting on your couch in your basement, watching and wishing you could be there with the players on the field. Now we can get you there with tickets and accommodations for a fraction of what you would have paid if you're trying to do it all on your own. Not only that, we have a heart for giving. Specifically, we have a heart for kids. So we give to children all over the world, and we do it in a number of ways. So what we did right here in Chicago and in other major cities like Indianapolis and Denver, we built basketball courts for the Boys and Girls Club. So a lot of people say, well, what's the big deal about basketball courts? Well, because a lot of babies need to learn athleticism, they need to learn sportsmanship. It gives them a safe place to do that, and we're the ones who give them the financial backing to make that happen. We were actually featured on ABC for doing that. And what we do across the globe is we go on over to third world countries such as Guatemala, and we build schools there to help make the kids whole, give them a safe place to go study and get an awesome education. So we're doing such big work that Oprah actually featured us in her magazine. How incredible is that? Now, if you've ever picked up an Oprah magazine, you know it's picture after picture after picture of Oprah. To feature us, that says everything you need to know, because she has nothing to gain by featuring us and everything to lose. So that tells you all you need to know about the integrity of this company when we get the backing and the endorsement in terms of our good works that we do around the globe. Ooh, and who's never been on a cruise? How many of y'all pay $69? Yeah, all those hands just went back there. So, well, most people see this slide, they're like, how in the world are you able to do that? Well, remember, we do bulk buying. We're not like you. We don't go in as one consumer, buy one cabin, make installments for 2 years until we can go. We go in on the first of the year with a big check saying we want 7,000 cabins. Give them 500 over here, 400 over there, 200 over there, and before we give you that check, what can you do for us? So we're able to negotiate. When you bring to the table thousands and thousands of people, you have buying power, and that's exactly what we're able to do when we offer these $69 cruises to our friends and family and members. But remember, the port fees and the taxes aren't included, but still, how awesome will it be if you paid $200 total for your cabin and your neighbor paid $1,200 for this? So we're so confident in our product that we got the deal. We say go look for it on Expedia, Travelocity, Kayak, wherever you normally shop. And we are so confident that you will not find a better price. But if you do, we say screenshot it, let the company know, and we will tell you to pack your bags anyway, because now your trip is on us. All your money goes. The company rolled out something called Dream Trips Gold, because they know people can't travel all the time. You can't go to Bora Bora every day. So the few days that you're at home like we are, we say, why not get more bang for your buck? When you walk into a Popeyes or you walk into a to a place to get your oil changed, why not be able to save 50% with the app on your phone just because you're a member of our club? Not only that, now you have your very own mall. Every time you go to your mall to buy a new refrigerator or a new pair of shoes, you're able to get cash back travel rewards back from each of those purchases. So how awesome is that? And imagine how that starts to add up. We also get our very own website. This is where we can book, flights, hotels, rental cars, all those things you normally book on Expedia or those other places. Now you can book with your own website. How awesome is that? Every time that you go, you're guaranteed the lowest price online. So, in fact, we're so confident in that we have Rate Shrinker. If you book your flight today, it doesn't leave until mid-October. If the flight price drops 2 days before you're supposed to take off the tarmac, you're like, oh man, I'm not getting my money back. With us, that's exactly what happens. We refund you the difference, book your flight at the lower price, and give you an email letting you know what we did. Incredible. We also have access to the dreaded word timeshares. Do I have any timeshare owners in the room? Well, let's be clear, this is not that. So we're not going to beg you for $30,000, $80,000 in order to have access to a property 1 week every year, maybe even once every 2 years. Instead, we can go use other people's timeshares with no obligation, with no down payment, for pennies on the dollar, and it looks like this. Now you're in St. Martin for $10 per day per person, because that $3.99 is diced up 6 different ways, and that's all you are paying together in order to be there for an entire week. You got a 2-bedroom condo, you got your full kitchen, so you don't have to eat out for every meal. So it's a very economical way for families or large groups of friends to go see the world. And, like I said, who's heard of Mickey Mouse, now you can go hang out with him, Goofy, Donald Duck, as long as you like, because now you're hanging out again in a 2-bedroom condo, and now you're doing it for $8 per person per day. I said, crack open those piggy banks, make the babies pay their own way, and we're going to visit the world. Now, who in the room is busy? We all got 1,000 things to do, all these things on our to-do list we never quite get to. Well, now here's some help for you. You get your very own personal assistants. You can call them at 3 a.m., 3 in the afternoon. They can get you reservations into that exclusive restaurant. They can have the people at the mall hold a special item for you. I've even known people to use it as a secretary, meaning you got 10 appointments that day, they call on your behalf, and then suddenly you sound important when you got a secretary calling for you. So you can get very creative with this service, but it is offered to you with your membership. So the Dream Trips goal is only $200 one time and a monthly fee of $50. So say with me, one time, you never pay it again, $200 and then $50 a month. I said, you know what, if I took one trip and I saved $500, I've more than paid for my membership. To me, it just makes sense. I don't even have a bill that is as low as $49. So I said, wow, this is an amazing opportunity. But the company even sweetened the pot. What they said was that $200 that you start with, thank you so much for joining us, but no, we don't want your money. They convert the $200 into 200 points and give you all of your money back and tell you to take a vacation today. Not only that, remember that $50 a month that you're paying? How about they do the same thing 1 year from today? They turn around and give that $600 back to you and tell you every dollar you spent with us, you now spend on yourself to take a vacation. It get any better. This is the best slide ever, because if you share it with 4 friends who probably would have gone on vacation with you anyway, probably wants to sneak in your luggage and go on that $69 cruise. Now they can come along and you get your fees waived just by sharing it with 4 friends who said yes. Let's all practice that word together. Yes. Yes. They all say yes, and now your fees fly away. On top of that, the company still gives you the $600, even though you didn't even give them the $600. How awesome is that? On top of that, for every person you refer who says yes, you just get the equivalent of $100 to take another other trip. Remember, $100, 100 points, it's all the same. You get that towards every trip for every person who signs up, and it's unlimited. So share it with 4 friends, share it with 6 friends, share it with 10 friends. You pay for your next several vacations. There's no limit. But if gold is good, how about we go platinum? The platinum experience is VIP. It's the best of the best of the best. It's the creme de la creme. And we want you to come join us for that experience. So this is a trip to Dubai. Dubai is one of the most expensive places in the world. And now you're there for 3 nights at the Bonington Hotel, 2 nights at the Atlantis The Palm. This is an awesome trip. I actually had a friend tell me she knew of a family who took this trip, went on the camel ride, went on the helicopter ride, and they paid $30,000 for one couple to go for that amount of time. With us, you only pay $2,000. But it gets better. Remember those points that are adding up because you shared it with some friends? How about you get to apply $1,380? Now you are in Dubai for $490. Another trip, a number of us in the room took. How many went with us to the Miracle? Yeah. This is the #2 resort in the world, and we were able to go for 5 days, 4 nights. And the original price for us was $539. Some people pay that per night to stay in a place where the average room has 1,400 square feet. My room has 1,700 square feet. So not only that, you get to apply 240 points. When you take that away from the price, you're there for less than $300. How incredible. But remember, as a platinum member, you pay $300 to begin. But remember, all that means is you save faster. You get your $300 back. And every time you share it with somebody who signs up as a platinum member, you get twice as much points as you would have if they were gold. So now you're walking away with 800 because you shared it with 4 friends. You got 1,100 to go see the world. You only spent $240 on that trip, and you're left over with the extra money to spend towards the trip of your choice. So you see how this starts to work. So the platinum membership, like I said, is the best of the best. It includes all kinds of perks like roadside assistance. Some people pay $50 a month for a service like that. Now you can scrap that and come do it with us. Other people pay about $40 or $50 a month for identity theft prevention. We also roll that out. But my absolute favorite is they give you emergency evacuation. So say you break your arm, you're in Mexico, the Mexican hospital is going to require your payment up front. How many people are in a position to just pay cash for unlimited medical care when you don't know what the real problem is? Or would you prefer to be flown back home to see your own doctor and have your health insurance cover it? How about with us? We do that, and we do it on the company's dime. So it doesn't get any better than that. You never have to worry about loved ones when they're away. You never have to worry about your own well-being when you're on a trip. That is incredible to me. So the company wants you to get on a trip faster, vacation sooner, see the world. So what if you can't hop on a plane and go to Dubai? You can probably go to Denver, you can probably go to New York or New Orleans, and now you get to do that 4 days, 3 nights, just extend the weekend, and now you're there for $189. But wait, actually I should say you're there for $139 because you get to apply 50 points. So gold, this is something that's offered to new members within their first 90 days. We want you to see the world and see it faster. So wasn't that phenomenal? Everyone in the world would at least be a member to create amazing memories with your family, be able to go see things you haven't seen before, and pay next to nothing to do it. But like I mentioned at the beginning, there's a way to monetize this. So what does that mean? That means that we can share it with friends. We're able to enjoy these trips together, and there's a way for us to come back from the beach with more money in the bank than before we left. Does that sound good? Yeah. So I am going to bring up this amazing person who's going to share this concept with you. He's one of my best friends in the world, and we met through this idea. His name is Kevin Bond. He is actually a graduate of the University of Illinois right here in Chicago. While he was there, he played basketball, and when he graduated, he was able to go overseas. He was that good. He was able to go overseas and play basketball as well. He came home after that endeavor and actually got his master's degree because he decided he wanted some more education. And then he gave back to the community by teaching 7th grade and 8th grade math. So he went and contributed to the babies for 5 years, and And then something amazing happened, but I'm going to let him tell you that part. So please help me welcome, please do not embarrass me, help me welcome my good friend, Kevin Bond.
Now, please give April another round of applause. Public speaking is actually the greatest skill on earth, you guys know that? You know what number 2 is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Dad, she just did, so that was a remarkable job. But just like April said, my name is Kevin Bond. I'm from the south side of Chicago. Actually went to Baltimore, IT right up the road. Went to UIC, played basketball, played ball overseas in Germany for a while. Came back, finished up a master's degree, and I was teaching 8th grade math for the last 5 years of my teaching tenure. About 4 years ago, a good friend called me, told me to come take a look at something. I was super busy, had a lot of things going on. My aunt was sick, my sister was sick. You know, life was pretty much getting in the way, just like it's in the way for everyone. But he pulled the friend card on me. He said, "Kevin, do you know me? Do you trust me?" I said, "Of course." So I made a beeline to his house. And once I seen this information, the only thing I wanted to know was, is this real? Because a lot of my friends kind of value my opinion about business, because I have a business background. So I've seen everything from lotions, potions, girdles, teas, chocolates, coffee beans, skinny beans. I seen them all, I just couldn't get excited about it. But when I seen a way to actually travel at wholesale as opposed to retail, I got really, really, really excited because it was a product I did not have to convince my friends to do. I mean, raise your hand if I had to convince you to go to Cabo. You want to go to Maui, you want to go to Cancun, you want to go to these places. I can't convince kids they want to go to Walt Disney World. When kids are first born, Mickey Mouse is already in the weight room. So the product was an inherent yes, and I knew if I can build a big database of people, I'm not just going to change my life, I was going to take a lot of people with me. So I know it's kind of weird with the, the museum on a Sunday talking about travel. I get it, but it was weird my first day too, because the guy that was actually sharing this information with me, he was featured in this magazine called Success. Anybody in the room ever heard of Success magazine?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in every Barnes and Nobles of Borders, right next to Fortune and Forbes. Well, those two magazines, right? And the magazine said Success. It didn't say good luck. I hope it works out. I tried. That thing says success, which means he made it already. So as I'm flipping through the magazine, the guy that's talking to me like I'm talking to you, he was the feature story in the magazine. His name was Eric Grisbowski. He was 28 years old. He was a multi-millionaire off this concept. I'm going to show it to you. So my first day and in the room, we all can agree that people can only teach you what they know. Can we agree to that? Yeah. He said, "Kevin, your parents probably can't teach you to become a self-made millionaire because they've never done it." I said, "Touche." He said, "Kevin, I know your parents told you to go to school, get good grades, and when it's all over, go out in the world and get a good what? Job." We must all be related. Made it to you too. Total. If you want to be a platinum member, come hang out with me. It's going to be $510 total. Now, as adults, we all can agree in the room that we spend $280, $282, $360, or $510 on things that can't ever make us any money, right? I mean, I spent that on these jeans, $300 for a pair of jeans. They can't ever hop at the bed and make me a dime. I spent that on jackets, scarves, watches, purses, for a girl. For those of us who get to know each other, they are no longer dating, and she still got that purse, dumber than this. So we can agree to spend that money on things that can ever make us any money. But when I first got started with World Ventures, I got excited. I wanted to share with all my friends and family all over the world. Texas, Vegas, Atlanta, Germany, where I play ball. So all my friends in the world, go to my marketing website. Everybody gets one of this. You can tell anybody on earth to go there, click number 2. It plays about a 15, 16-minute video explaining everything I'm explaining. They can sign it right there on the website. You also get a DVD called Just Push Play. Need I say more? Invite your friends over and show them the concept, or we will come to your home, right at your house, and do the same exact presentation right on your television for your friends and your family. All you have to do is become a professional inviter. If you can pack a room out like this, we will come and do this thing over and over and over and over again with your help. So the gold membership is $360.92. As a platinum member, $510. 18 people that's 18 to 25 is going to be $282. And the reason why we know it works is because of financial social networking. Anybody in the room familiar with Facebook and Twitter? Yeah, stupid question, right? These are some of the most fastest, most profitable companies on earth. But you never seen a Facebook magazine or a Twitter reel or whatever. Nope, the only way you heard about it was word of mouth for the internet. Facebook started in a dorm, 2 people. Now, if Facebook was a country, it'd be the 3rd largest country on earth, 900 million users because of Mark Zuckerberg, who's currently worth $30 billion with the B. But when I got on Facebook, I didn't pay, she didn't pay, he didn't pay. Nobody in this room paid. Nobody in this world paid to get on Facebook. How did he make $30 billion? custom-made advertisement. Because what we do, we all go on Facebook. That's called social networking. People go on there, they tell who their girlfriend is, their boyfriend is, their spouse, significant other, what movies they like, what books they like to read, and then they invite their network, which is their friends, the same exact thing. And while you're on Facebook playing Angry Birds, Mafia Wars, Farmville, Candy Crush, and poking people, he just sells you out to the company that appeals to you the most. If we all put up our Facebook pages, no two ads are identical. You know those little ads on the side of your Facebook page? It's what appeals to you. Like I tell women all the time, if women go on Facebook and express on Facebook that they really like jewelry, on the side of your Facebook page, ladies, it'll say Rogers and Hollands, Zales, K Jewelers, Tiffany's, on the side of your Facebook page. Ladies go on there and say, I love Denzel Washington. On the side of your Facebook page, it'll say Training Day, Helen 123, Man on Fire, on the side of your Facebook page. Because it's what appeals to you. So we just say stop mindlessly social networking and get paid for what you're going to do anyway, because catch this. In the next 20 years, it's called the information age. Your house and your car is no longer your most valuable asset, as we can see. Your network is your net worth. And we should give it to Mark Zuckerberg for free. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a Facebook check. Don't worry, I'll wait. Still waiting on mine too, Mark. But I do this presentation a lot, as you can tell. And I was showing it to one of my good friends the other day. We were actually in elementary school together. And she said, well, you know, Kevin, me and my husband travel a lot, 2 or 3 times a year. However, I don't like to sell. And this is one of my good friends. I told you we go way back. So I kept it what we call real with her. I said, and that's why you're poor. Because in life, you need to sell something, or you work for somebody that sells something. As a school teacher, we're selling education. Church, they're selling salvation. Everybody here that has a job has to go what's called an interview. You know, in that interview, you have to walk in there with your fancy shirt, tie, and blouse, with your resume, and you have to sell yourself to the company. Why? Because it was 25 of the applicants standing right outside the door, getting ready to come and do the same exact thing you just did. So when people say, I don't like to sell, that's a cop-out. This is what we're looking for at the end. A good, clean yes, or a good, clean no. Let's practice that. A good, clean yes, or a good, clean no. Okay? That's all we're looking for. Okay? Good, clean yes, or a good, clean no. So, literally. So, we work with what's called a binary structure. It's a fancy word for two. You get a left team, you get a right team. I call mine offense and defense. I like basketball. You can call yours whatever you want to call it. Bobby and Whitney. Michelle and Barack. Sonny and Cher. Fred and Wilma. Whatever you want to call it, right? Which one do you want to share with 4 people right away? 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you share with 4 people, the monthly fee is free. You have 0 overhead at that point. Any traditional business owners in there, okay, have that 0 overhead working out for you. It's non-existent. Any traditional business in the world to have 0 overhead is called a miracle. I got ready to invest into a McDonald's a few years back. They told me that was going to be $2.5 million to invest into that McDonald's, and I have overhead for the rest of my life. They told me that this business was $360. I get 4. I have 0 overhead. Which one you think sounded more fun? Just made sense. So get 4, pay no more. But you know, my first day, big time basketball star, played ball in Germany. You know, made a lot of money overseas. So I kind of had my chest stuck out. I kind of had the arrival syndrome. You know, and I walked into the presentation pretty much blind like a bunch of you guys. And I came in, I looked at the shape, and I got shape phobia. I did. I looked at the shape, and I was like, oh man, it's one of those things. When people say one of those things, I say, what do you mean? It's like a pyramid. I say, what do you mean by a pyramid? It's like a pyramid scheme. I say, whatever do you mean about a pyramid scheme? They say, well, Kevin, you know, when the person at the top makes all the money. I always smile. I say, like your job? And I said the same thing 4 years ago. And so I quickly realized that was probably the most uneducated thing I could have ever said in my life. This industry is called network marketing. In the past, I shunned it. I stopped answering phone calls, Skypes, text messages from my own friends because I was ignorant to the industry. But if you go in any Barnes & Nobles or Borders, they devote a full session to network marketing. As a matter of fact, the industry is over 170 billions of dollars. There's a lot of people getting filthy, stinking rich. It just wasn't me. And then I started actually crossing the threshold and reading some of the books. Ain't that something? All the millionaires and the billionaires say it's the way to go. And I only listen to successful people. Does everybody here only listen to successful people? For those of us who did not shake your head, I hope you're not listening to non-successful people. Because I won't ever listen to my broke brother-in-law, because if I ask him about $20, it'll take him 2 weeks to get it to me. And it's a guarantee I would never, ever, ever listen to my neighbor because she lives right next door to me. Obviously, something didn't work out. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. That's on average. Let's go to billionaires like Donald Trump. You know that guy, right? Funny hair toupee. He has 400 streams of income. But the one that knocked me out of my chair my very first day was Warren Buffett. We know that guy, right? Arguably the richest man on earth. Why? He has 2,400 streams of income. He has 2,400 checks coming in every single month with his name on it. I ask my friends and family all the time, why can't you have 2? Or 3? Or 7 like the average millionaire? Because before this, you and I had one check to pay for 15 different things. You tell me, does that make any sense at all? Has anybody in the room ever heard of a company called The Pampered Chef? Same business model, but cookware. High-end spatulas and spoons. It's network marketing. That's how you get paid. Guess who owns that? Warren Buffett. Anybody in the room ever heard of Kirby vacuum cleaners? They go door to door, knocking door to door. $2,000 and $3,000 vacuum cleaners. It's network marketing. Guess who owns that? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett bought 3 network marketing companies within a 5-year span. So I'm thinking to myself, come on, Kevin, you sharper than this. If the finest financial mind of our time does anything, 3 times within a 5-year span, you know we like to call that in Chicago a clue. He's a multi-billionaire for a reason. As a matter of fact, last year Warren Buffett made $33 million a day. For those of y'all, I guess it wasn't impressive, so I'll say it again. Last year Warren Buffett made $33 million a day. But it's so funny because 4 years ago, I got really excited about World Ventures, ran into my family house, and pretty much had my entire family there. And my uncle jumped up in front of everybody and said, "Boy, this is one of those scams." He did. He told me I was going to go to jail. Turned right back around and told me I was going to go to hell. He told me everything that you can possibly tell a young brother to discourage you from something. But I'm glad my mom taught me this before she passed away. She said, "Kevin, always consider the source. Always consider the source. Is this person that's telling you this is a scam? Is this person a multi-millionaire? Or do they not have $25 to their name? I knew my uncle was broke." Never cashed a check. Never traveled outside of Chicago except going to Indiana for gas. He didn't even leave a will for his daughter when he passed away. So why would I value his opinion about a business decision? Because if everybody's objective in this room is to lose weight, let's say everybody was trying to lose weight, raise your hand here if you ever would take weight loss advice from somebody that's 600 pounds. So who do you listen to about money? My uncle wasn't the guy. And thank God I did not listen to him, because my life would have been in complete financial strength had I listened to him. I'm glad I listened to my old lady before she actually left this earth. So if you get 4, you get 6. 6 sales is when the magic started happening. First of all, you make all your money back. Pay $360, make all your money back once you go get 6 quick. But the powerful part is this: 3 left, 3 right. That's called a cycle. 3 left, 3 right is called a cycle. They shoot $100 into your account every single time that happens, whether you place those people there or somebody in your organization place those people there. The computer just tracks it. Okay, so 3 left, 3 right, it's called a cycle. But for your first 60 days, that cycle is actually $200. So this is what started happening. You showed the ones in the blue. Then your friends start talking. Now it's 12 people talking about Maui than just you. Do you think it's becoming easier or harder to make money at this point? Easier. Everywhere I do this all over the world, they say easier. I said, why? They say it's more people. Obviously. 3 left, 3 right, you get paid. 3 left, 3 right, you get paid. Eventually it just becomes get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. The people that are chanting are the ones getting paid, by the way. Do you think you have any idea who this is right here? No. How about that young lady right there? No. She looked like a young lady. They didn't teach me this at UIC on my master's program. And I kind of want my money back. In life, you have 2 options, only 2. Either you have leverage, or you will be leveraged. Like, what is this kid talking about? In layman's terms. Either you're an entrepreneur, or you'll work for one for the rest of your life until you die. Is anybody here combating that? A perfect example is J. Paul Getty, one of the first billionaires on earth off of oil. He was an oil tycoon. They said, "J. Paul, how did you do it? How did you become so successful?" He said, "Well, I realized when I was 19 years old, that I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own." Watch wealthy people. They don't teach their kids to go to school, get good grades, and go out in the world and get a good just over broke. They teach the kids to go to school, get grades, start multiple businesses, and have additional check coming in month after month after month after month. People say, well, Kevin, why did you do it? Honestly, God, I did it because it was $360. If it didn't work, it was $360. So I did it. I spent that on just ridiculous amounts of things that can't ever put anything into my checking account. And some of us pretty much the same deal, right? The other reason I did it because I trusted the person that showed it to me. His integrity level was on 150%. He was one of those guys that was already uber successful and everything he touched turned to gold. I got started with him. The most important reason I did it was because of this right here. Residual income. Everybody in here familiar with residual income? Yes. If you're not, it's probably because you don't have any. Thank God your friend invited you tonight. All right? Thank God your friend invited you tonight. So the residual income kicks in once it's 30 on the left, 30 on the right. That's when the residual income starts. The 30-30 level in our company is called a senior rep. The average senior rep in our company makes $250 a month coming in residually. Okay? Obviously, as the number grows, the check grows. The 99 level is about $950 coming in on top of what you're already making. There's a bunch of people that hit that rank. If you hit that rank in 90 days, you actually get a $5,000 bonus tacked onto that. Now, these are the questions that we don't want to avoid. We want to avoid at the end. This is not 180 people from you, just you. Okay? You could have shown it to 4. You could have shown it to 6, maybe even 8. But if you understand Facebook, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, it reaches 90 left, 90 right. That shit is about $900 to $1,500 coming in on top of what you're already making at your prospective job. Now I see some of y'all already looking like, oh, I already make $900. My check is already more than $900. Yeah, but you had to work for that. This is money just coming in with your head on the pillow. But stuff you did in the past. Okay? And when I thought about residual income, we all know Michael Jackson, right? King of Pop is long and gone. But every time you hear Beat It, I'm Bad, or Billie Jean, Never Neverland, Those Monkeys, and Baby Blanket, all taken care of for things he did 31 years ago with Thriller. We do understand that, right? So that's pretty much the reason why I did it. So we get the lifestyle bonus. Speaking of 900, when I first started World Ventures 4 years ago, you actually needed 900 people in your organization to even qualify for a car. 900. Now, they cut that thing by 888. You only need 12. This is how it works. Let's say you'll get 5 of your best friends do this thing, right? And they get excited. They start telling their friends, start telling their friends. Those 5 turn to 12, your car allowance is $300. You might say, well, you know, for a if I get a BMW, that's like a 3 Series. I don't want a 3 Series. Touche. Let's say you'll get 6 of your best friends do this thing. Those 6 people turn to 20 plus, your car allowance anywhere between $400 to $900 coming in, on top of the residual, on top of everything else. Can $900 a month coming in for a car get you a pretty good car? Oh, yes. Probably can get you like a Maybach. Sit in the back. So there's a ton of people that's actually winning with this thing. People from all walks of life, school teachers, corporate, lawyers, corporate, Cook County Sheriff, another Cook County Sheriff. Let me give you this. If the law is doing it, it's real. If the law is doing it, it's real. If a school teacher is doing it, it's real. Paul was like anesthesiologist. He was actually, like I said, anesthesiologist. He was pretty much waking people up, putting people to sleep in his past, like now World Ventures is waking people up. He was a college student, chiropractic student, a New Yorker. I mean, he was an unemployed construction worker. And got started with World Ventures with his last unemployment check. It was unbelievable. His story is unbelievable. I love telling this kid's story. He was actually incarcerated 5 years prior to seeing World Ventures. Got out, could not get a job. He had a felony background. He got started with World Ventures, hit the car bonus, hit director with the company. His life has radically changed. It has radically changed. So I don't just look at World Ventures as a vehicle to just go on trips and make money. Okay? I look at it to help a lot of people that I actually grew up with. I grew up in Jeffrey Manor, 95th and Jeffrey. You don't want to go over there after 9 o'clock. I promise you, do not want to go over there and get stuck in that maze after 9 o'clock. And a lot of my friends are either dead or in jail that I actually went to elementary school with. So I look at this as a way to get them off the streets because a lot of my friends, the only island they had ever seen was Stony. That was it. I need to get them out of here. Because now, these young boys now walking around Chicago, they coined the term Chirac. So it's time to get them out of Chicago so they can see things other than just the corner. All right? And with this bill, I see nothing else, no other way. So this is actually a car wash UH did with all the BMWs lined up. This was a car wash gave all the money to charity for another pop-out school that was built in another third world country. Showing this presentation to a young lady the other day, she said, well, Kevin, all these different type of BMWs, what's the best type of BMW? I said, paid for. They paid for them driving, all right? Now, this is by far the most important slide of the night, okay? If you ain't heard nothing April said, nothing that I said, if you hate traveling, if you hate making money, if you hate me, it's okay. This is by far the most important slide. This will determine if you're on this side of history or on the other side of history, okay? All companies go through 4 phases of growth. You got formulation, concentration, momentum, and stability. What you have to understand is that World Ventures, we're literally on the cusp of momentum. Literally on the cusp of momentum. Momentum is that spike. That 18 to 36 month window where all the wealth is created. It just happened with Twitter. I guarantee everybody in here has heard of Twitter within the last 2 to 3 years, right? I give you 4 or 5 at the most. The concept of Twitter is actually 14 years old. It formed, it concentrated, made a ton of money and momentum. It changed its name, and then you heard about it on Oprah when it was stable. And when you sit face to face with Miss Winfrey, you didn't make it. Stability in this economy is prepaid legal. Herbalife, Tupperware, Noni Juice, Monavie, Avon, Mary Kay, Organo Gold, 5 Links, Amway, Primerica, ViSalus. It's a bunch of guys here, even we've heard of Mary Kay. And if a pink Cadillac comes past right now, we know what time it is. Somebody sold a lot of pink lipstick. Now, me personally, I don't wear it. It's a tough sell for me. But our product does not only appeal to women, it appealed to men. It was pet friendly. It was kid friendly. Everybody on earth wanted to travel. The only reason why they could not travel is because they didn't have the time and they didn't have the money. This presentation you've seen tonight just crushed both of those objections. All right? So, there's no guarantee regarding income. This is not a pyramid scheme, not a Ponzi scheme, not a get rich quick scheme. I tell people all the time, you believe you're going to sign up today and have $2 million deposited into your account by next Friday, I say don't bother signing up. For the business. The trips just still make sense. Don't do the business. And if you're thinking that way, I say go down the street, hang a left, and get a lottery ticket. That's your best bet. And that's what my auntie told me the other day. I showed it to her. It took me 4 years to show my own auntie. And she said, well, Kevin, I'm okay. I keep playing the Powerball. That's what she said. I said, auntie, you have a better chance at becoming the president of the United States and get struck by lightning the same day. Your best bet is to forfeit that 360 and we get to work. And obviously she got started because that was just a ridiculous statement that she made. We got the view coming up. The only reason why I'm super duper successful with World Ventures is because of the training, hands down. I go to every single training. This is a national training that we get ready to go to in October. It's going to be incredible. We just got back from boot camp. Raise your hand if you was in boot camp. And then again, who's all going to the view? Listen, you must get trained. I tell people all the time, if you don't get trained, don't complain. I personally do not work with people that don't go to training. Because if your job told you to go to training, where would you be? Training. If they told you to get a flight, what would you do? Get a hotel room. And you got to eat. Because it's your job. You'll be on time and everything. Okay? With this, you must get trained. Some people get really excited about World Ventures. Oh, I know so many people. I can show so many people. And I'm going to get rich. But I don't have to go to training. And I tell them you won't make a dime. You won't make a dime. Just think about this. Let's say you get ready to have surgery. Okay? And right before you get ready, they get ready to cut on you, your surgeon kicks open the door and say, listen, man, I've never been to medical school, but we're going to figure this thing out. Would you let them cut on you? No. Absolutely, positively not. It's the same thing with this. If you want to make a little money, you do little result. If you want to make a lot of money, you got to produce. You got to go to training. You must be around the campfire. Okay, there's a lot of naysayers out there that think, weird things about this thing, things like this, the whole pyramid deal and all that type of stuff. So you have to get in training to get around other people that understand that if you do not understand residual income and leverage, you will never be wealthy. You cannot save your way to wealth. You have to build a team. Think about all these big franchises. Target, they have a team. Those people that wear red shirts and khakis, that's their team. You have to build a team. Best Buy doesn't make a difference. White Castles, McDonald's, wear a little hat and all that. Yeah. They have a team of people. Okay, and it's a system that we actually follow. So the view is going to be incredible. That's going to be October 17th through the 19th in Baltimore, Maryland. I already have my flight booked and everything. It's going to be incredible. The funny part about this is how I know that the company's getting ready to start going through the momentum phase. Because we have one of the top best-selling artists. I mean, listen, Robert Kiyosaki. We have Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, speaking at the View. That's how you know this company is getting ready to go through the roof. That's when you know. So when you have big-time people like this, he's called the mentor to the millionaires. Ow. Not the mentor to the broke people. The mentor to the millionaires. And whatever he has to say, I want to be right there in front of him when he says it. So this is how income scores today. We don't have a penny. The top gal in the books of the world Venture is doing $1.9 million a year. That is nothing in the industry of network marketing. Nothing. There's a guy by the name of Holton Buggs in the coffee industry of network marketing. Okay? He makes $1.3 million a month selling coffee in a $1 billion industry. World Ventures is an $8 trillion company. If he's making $1.3 million a month in a $1 billion industry, what do you think we're going to do in an $8 trillion industry? It's inevitable. It's over. There's going to be a lot of people walking around here with bank statements with 2 commas in them in the next few years. I'll promise you, I'll be one of them. This is my office. It's enough room in that hammock for everybody here. I'll scoot over. I'll just give you my story. 4 years ago, I seen it. I got excited. I was literally sitting at the computer, and I was getting ready to submit my master's thesis, and I was thinking to myself, like, is this something I want to do for 30, 35 years of my life? And I got that call. And I looked this thing over, and I looked at it over and over and over again. I just called my friend and I said, dude, is this real? That's all I wanted to know. Is this real? He told me it was real. I said, sign me up. Now, because I was a school teacher, and they had just cut 7 teachers at my school. And I felt very, very uncomfortable. If they would have cut me as a school teacher, that was going to be 100% of my income. And any person in here, any adult in here should feel very uncomfortable if you do not have a plan B. If you're solely banking on just your job, you are in deep trouble. There's a tsunami coming. And you better get your finances in order. I promise you better get your finances in order. So I got started. It was $300. I said, how much is it? He said $360. I said, how much? He said $360. I like threw my credit card at his head. I got started. Just based off my credibility alone, people I went to church with, my neighbors, all the basketball